Hey guys, Born to Lose here with another knife review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Aegis by SOG, the SOG Aegis. Now, I've had the knife for about a day, so this will be an initial review, but of course, once I field test it, I do like to add to the data points and update the review, so we'll be doing that. Now, the YouTube community gave this knife outstanding reviews. Nothing fancy, cutlery lover, loved this knife, and when I first got it, there were some things that I thought were a little iffy and I had a little issue with. Now, over checking out the knife for the past day, some of the stuff I found that I was initially concerned about is unwarranted, but some of it isn't. So I want to go over that with you. But let's take a look at the knife first, and I'll talk about what my concerns with the knife are, as well as what I really like about this knife. So this is the box it comes in. Okay, SOG box. There's your model number. I don't know if you could read that. It says AE-06 Aegis Digicam Black TINI. Digicam meaning the pattern on the handle, and Black TINI talking about the coating on the blade that SOG uses. So in the box, we have the knife, and we also have a product brochure from SOG. Just a simple brochure. It's got knives in it, some of their machetes, their multi-tools, things of that nature. Okay, now let's take a look at the knife itself. So I'm just going to take it out here and deploy the blade. Okay, there's the front. One side of the knife, other side of the knife. The back side of the belt clip side. Now the overall length of this knife is, I want to say it's 8 1/4 inches, 3 1/2 inch blade, drop point, nice big belly on the blade. You've got the SOG logo on one side of the blade. You've got a patent number on the other side of the blade. Thumb screw jimping on the blade and handle. An adjustment screw for the spring tension. This is a spring assisted knife. SOG's arc lock release. You've got rubber grips on each side of the knife. This is a full Zytel handle in Digicam, digital camo. And you've got a SOG belt clip on the other side. So let me talk to all those points in detail and what I like and don't like about the knife. So let's start with the blade here. Now the blade is very sharp. I know some people like to reprofile their knives. Not this one. I think this is a great knife. You don't have to reprofile it out of the box. Very sharp blade. Excellent sharpness on the blade. Now, you've also got a nice deep belly on the blade, which is great for an everyday carry knife. Many utilities can be performed with that blade. Camping, tactical, whatever it may be. That's really going to come in handy on this blade. It is a little bit thinner blade than the EDC that I was carrying earlier, which is the Gerber 06 Fast, but not by much. And yeah, you're going to give up some tensile blade strength, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a concern. You've got a nice big thumb screw here for assisted opening. I can show you that. Very easy. And you've got jimping on the blade that is amazing. I mean, you can see my thumb. I'm pushing with all my force on that thumb, and it's not moving down the blade. So they got the jimping on the blade really, really right. It's just cut in at the right angle and the right pattern to where you don't slip. However, the jimping on the handle, I don't know if you could see here, there's jimping on both sides of where the handle, the seam in the handle is, but not down the middle of the handle, which pretty much makes this useless. I mean, my thumb slips, and I would have liked to have seen the jimping carried over fully on the handle. Digital camo. Zytel handle, which is very lightweight, which is great. And you've got an adjustment screw here for the spring tension. Now this brings me to my first concern with the blade, with the knife, was out of the box, this had a lot of side-to-side play, very sloppy. So I put some Loctite on the adjustment screw, I tightened it down, and that did remove almost all the side-to-side play. There's a tiny bit there, I don't know if you could see that, but not much at all now. So that was good. And the reason there still is some side-to-side play, by the way, is there's no steel liners in this blade, and that was due to the fact that they want to save weight and make this, you know, a very good EDC everyday carry knife. However, my issue came with the fact that once I tightened it to remove that play, the lockup was just not quite as good. Now, this may be an unwarranted concern, and the reason for that is because after playing with it, opening and closing it over and over a few times over the course of the past day, the lockup has become a lot better. So that's a good sign. Also, there is no front to back play on this knife at all, so that's good. Now, while the lockup has become better, if we take a look at my Benchmade apparition, you could just even hear it on the video. I mean, I can feel it, but you can hear it on the video. That's a solid lockup, much quicker spring assist lockup, and much more solid. Now, part of that probably is due to the fact that it is lined, metal lined, and it does have a different release on the blade for the tension. But still, I mean, it's a much better, much more firm, much more solid lockup than the SOG Aegis. Now, I could certainly live with this lockup. It's definitely not bad. I wouldn't mind using this as an everyday carry. The lockup would not stop me from using it as an everyday carry. But you just can't beat the lockup on this Benchmade apparition. And I would like to have seen that carried over to the SOG if it's possible without the steel liners. Now, while I'm on the topic of everyday carry, the reason I purchased this knife was because I was looking for a new everyday carry knife. And what drew me to the knife initially was that it was so lightweight due to the Zytel handle in Digi Cam, and it just looks, it's a great looking knife. The digital camo handle is just really nice. It's a badass looking knife. And so I thought this would be a good everyday carry knife. Now, as some of you may know from a previous review, I've been using my Gerber 06 Fast as my everyday carry. And while I initially said that wouldn't be a problem, even though that knife weighs a little bit more than your standard everyday carry knife, it is a knife that is issued to military police now. Over time, it does get noticeable. When you have the extra weight and you're carrying it around in your pocket all day, it does get to be a little bit annoying. So I wanted something more lightweight, and that's what this handle provides. No steel liners, a Zytel handle, so it's very durable, but at the same time, very lightweight. Now, the knife felt a little chintzy to me. That was another complaint I had because of the lightweight handle, but I think that's more just a matter of me not being used to carrying such a lightweight knife. The balance between the handle and the blade is actually weighted pretty well, so that may be an unwarranted concern. Now, where I do have a problem, and I don't know if you could see that, is some of the Digicam pattern is kind of missing from the handle. So I don't know if I got a defective one or that's just how they're manufactured, but that was my second issue with the knife. So the lockup may have been unwarranted after tweaking it a bit. The side-to-side play pretty much eliminated, but this problem does exist, and so I have an issue with that. Overall, though, you know, it's a very nice handle. It's a lightweight Digicam handle, and I mean, it's a minor thing. It's a cosmetic thing. It's not going to affect the performance of the knife. Moving right along, this is the arc lock I was talking about. This is exclusive to SOG, and you pull down, and it locks the blade in nicely. Okay, you can see there. Most people like the steel liner where you can push in and release the blade. You know, I've been playing around with the arc lock for a day, and I really like it, to be honest. I don't miss that other type of lock, blade release, rather. The arc lock, it works very nicely, so no problems there. The next thing we have are these grips on either side. It says SOG on it over and over, and it's rubber grip, so this is a good place to grip the knife. You have it on the other side too, which is under the belt clip. Now that can get kind of annoying because when you're going to draw the knife and deploy it, you know, you don't want it getting hung up on your pants pocket. However, I tested it out, and it's really not too much of an issue in that regard. So it's nice to have that little extra detail there on the knife. I like that. You've also got little raised parts on the knife, again, for grip, and it does work. I mean, my thumb's not moving on a part that's otherwise relatively smooth. So those little raised parts of the knife are another good attention to detail. You've got screws all throughout the knife, and that is again to separate the Zytel handle if you had to take it apart. In addition to the jimping on the top, you've got a knurled inset part right here, and that's again with gripping. Your forefinger fits right in there, and it feels real good in the hand, and it's really sturdy. Between the jimping on the top, this section here, the knurl section, and the rubber grip and the little raised indentations on the blade, it's a knife that really you're not going to slip with, which is good when you're using it for everyday carry. Camping activities, survival activities, bushcraft, whatever you may use this knife for. I don't know if it would be the best for bushcraft, but tactical, you want a good grip on the knife, and having all these little features for grip really makes this knife outstanding in that area. Now here's my third issue with the knife. Here's your safety. So you've got red to know when the knife is deployed and when it's not safe anymore. When I bring the arc lock back and close the blade, I can put the safety up and the blade will not open. So very good safety lock there. But what I don't like about the safety is the actual switch. It's so loose I could just flick it back and forth very easily with little resistance. And that's not good because you don't want this opening up in your pocket. So that's my other issue. You know, you want something to be made really solid. That was one thing I liked about the Gerber 06 Fast. Everything on it was really solidly made and felt really hefty and solid. So I don't like to see something that's a little bit chintzy like that, but it is what it is. Now, as far as I know, the parts of this knife are made overseas. I'm not sure where. They could be made in Mexico, they could be made in China, but it is assembled in the United States. I do know that much. So as far as assembly, you don't have to worry about that, but maybe the parts of the knife themselves could be better. And that may be an issue with what we're seeing here with the safety release on this knife. Also on the back, you have more of these raised areas, which is nice, and this SOG belt clip, which I really like. It's got the SOG logo. It's a black powder finish here, and it's got a deep belt clip. Now I like that. You know, for OPSEC reasons, you don't want people seeing that you're carrying a knife. I mean, it's just easier when you have it, you know, sitting down deeper in the pocket. And again, I really like that aspect of attention to detail from SOG here. So that's really a good thing. The one other complaint besides the weight that I had with the Gerber 06 Fast was it rode really high in the pocket, and that was kind of annoying. I mean, you could see, you know, a good 1/4 inch almost of the knife. So I like that this rides really low. You've also got some more, it's almost like a jimping over here on this part of the handle on the back side. Not really sure what purpose that would serve, but it is there. So overall, that's the SOG Aegis. It's a great knife, and after playing with it for a little bit, I think I am going to try it out as my everyday carry now. And as talking as such, I will have, you know, a more detailed review using it in the field and using it as an everyday carry knife. Again, very well made. Zytel handle, black TINI blade. The attention to detail on it's very nice. But I did have a couple little complaints, and that was the finish on the blade, and again the safety mechanism right here. So overall, though, I am pleased with the knife. The knife does retail for $120, but I did get it on Amazon for $66 with free shipping. So you can't beat that deal. I guess I can't complain too much for that price point. So I will be using this as my new everyday carry, and that's my review of the SOG Aegis. Till next time, guys, I'll talk to you soon.